Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Sam, and today we are back again with another very exciting and very timely topic. I'm sure most of the H1B workers are really looking towards the changes that's going to happen in 2025, especially under Trump's administration. So, before going ahead and before inviting our today's guest, let me read out this very important disclaimer. By watching our videos, you agree and understand that the information provided by our experts and attorneys, including comments and replies from users, is not a legal advice. Use of information is at your own risk. All right, friends, after this very important disclaimer, thank you so much, everyone, for being here and being a part of this session. We are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X as well. So let us know from which platform you guys have joined us and do participate in this session by commenting. And we are here for an hour, so make sure to participate and ask as many questions as possible. Well, without any further ado, let me welcome our today's very special guest and who will be joining us for the fourth time, who is none other than attorney Karen Lee Pollak, who is a managing attorney of Pollak PLLC, a top immigration law firm which is based in Dallas, Texas, and also in Florida. The firm provides a full range of immigration services to businesses, families, and also individuals. So, welcome, Karen. I'm really happy that you are here, and we are really honored to have a show with you. Thank you so much, and we are really, really grateful that you're back here again.
Thank you, Sam. It's wonderful to be back on the show again. Thank you for having me. It's my honor and privilege to be joining you today.
All right, that's really great. I'm sure our viewers are also really eager for your next show because I think last show was really great and we really had a very great interaction regarding the H1B modernization rule. And today we are back again with another H1B very exciting topic like what changes can we expect in 2025. So, Karen, I would like to know before jumping into my questions, what can you say how 2025 will be for the H1B workers? Will it be very challenging or will it be okay or what it will be?
I think it will be okay as long as you are prepared in advance. The lottery registration USCIS has announced begins on March the 7th through March 2024. So as long as you've registered your account before then and you have your key documents, you've consulted with an attorney regarding any issues, I think you should be fine. I know we've talked about it before, but the H-1B modernization rule changes a lot of things. So it's not actually the Trump administration that's changing things in 2025. It's the Biden administration that released, Department of Homeland Security, the H-1B modernization rule on January the 17th, 2025, and that has significant changes for the H-1B program.
That's
So
right.
some
That's
of the So some of those changes to the H-1B modernization program include a significant increase in fees for registration. Registration has gone up in fees from a $10 registration fee to $215 per registration. There is also a change in specialty occupation definition to now require a bachelor's degree in a directly related specific specialty or its equivalent. So now USCIS is going to look not only at the job title and degree title, but also at the course of study. So these are some of the major changes with the H-1B modernization rule. Also, one of the significant changes includes owner beneficiaries can petition for themselves now, which is great. However, these H-1B visas will only be valid for 18 months.
That's right. Okay, so I think we got a gist like how this year is going to be for the H1B applicants, and it shouldn't be a lot of challenging, but I think by being updated and staying connected, with all the news and the changes that's happening, that's how you can save and you can protect yourself. So, Karen, I think let's start with my very first question to this topic. That what major policy changes are expected for H-1B visas under the Trump administration in 2025?
I don't expect any changes under the Trump administration. They've all been outlaid in this modernization rule, the H-1B modernization rule, which I said was released on January 17th, 2024. I've already outlaid some of the major changes. Other changes include USCIS will evaluate third-party job requirements for specialty occupation classifications. For example, if the beneficiary will be performing staffing services and will be part of the staff at a third-party work site, USCIS is now going to look at the third party's job requirements rather than the petitioner's job requirements. If they'll only be providing services such as a management consultant, then they will look at the petitioner's job requirements. That's also one of the modernization rule changes. Also, cap gap extensions now run until April 1 of the fiscal year, or the approved petition start date, whichever is earlier. So those are some of the more significant changes that we can see under the H-1B modernization rule. I don't expect President Trump to be making any further changes to the H-1B program for fiscal year 2026.
All right. I think that's a point of relief because most of the H-1B workers were really concerned about, how their time will be, especially under Trump's administration. But I think, Karen, if you're explaining and if you're saying that it will be okay, and that's not going to be much difficult. So I think that's a point of relief. And also moving ahead, Karen, I would like to ask another
Yes.
question that how will the Trump administration's immigration policies will impact the H-1B visa cap in 2025?
I don't think it will impact anything at all. As I said, everything that's related to changes is laid out in the H-1B modernization rule. So I don't think the Trump administration is going to make any changes to this year's H-1B cap subject petitions.
Okay. I think that's again another point of relief. But Karen, I would like to know it from you because in news and in most of the press conference also, we have been hearing from Trump's side that he is not very much into H-1B workers, or the process may be scrutinized, or there will be more challenges. So we mostly come across with those statements, what Trump has been saying regarding the H-1B workers. But now, as you are saying that we are not going to see much changes. So what do you want to say? That do you think that Trump is favoring or is going to favor the H-1B workers?
I think he's actually said in press that he does favor the H-1B program. He has the air of Elon Musk. Elon
Yeah.
Musk came in on an H-1B petition, so he really understands the whole program, not only from what he's read, but going through it personally. And I think, as I said, he has air, and President Trump has come out and said that he is in favor of the H-1B program, and we know H-1B beneficiaries in his own businesses. So I think for now he is in favor of it. I do believe that there will be greater scrutiny of H-1B applications. Part of the H-1B modernization rule expands site inspection authority. I think we can expect greater site inspections. I think we can expect USCIS to ask for documents to show that there's a bona fide job offer, such as statements of work, contracts, and other documents which show employee-employer relationships. So I think there'll be a greater scrutiny of H-1B applications and more requests for evidence, just like we saw in the first Trump administration.
That's right. I think that's absolutely done. And also, Karen, I would like to move ahead with my next question that's regarding the lottery system. So, I would like to know your views. I mean, do you think the lottery system regarding the H-1B visa process is okay? Because it mostly depends upon the luck, not on the skills. So, what's your call on that? Do you think or do you
That is
favor the
correct.
H-1B visa lottery system? Yeah.
I don't personally favor the H-1B lottery system. I think we should leave it to market forces. And if there's a demand for H-1Bs in bona fide specialty occupations, we should give those H-1Bs and let the market dictate how many H-1Bs should be issued. So I think the lottery system is a very unfair way for employers to conduct their businesses. and it's
Mhm.
actually led to a lot of jobs going offshore because businesses can't rely on luck to establish
Yeah.
their workforce.
That's right. And I think Trump has also mentioned somewhere that he is not going to keep the lottery system, right? I mean, he hasn't put up any statement yet, but we can see because somewhere he said that he's not very much in favor of lottery system. So let's see what happens.
That
But
actually, that may be a good thing.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
I think that may be a good thing that he's not in favor of the lottery system as long as we continue with the H-1B program. And maybe he will agree and let market forces dictate it rather than just some random lottery. Um, as I said, I'm not in favor of the lottery system, but as of now, we don't know of any changes that will take place, and they certainly will not take place for this year's H-1B cap.
All right. So I think you already answered this question that I was about to ask regarding the changes to the lottery system. So thank you so much, Karen, for making us aware and also letting us know what the lottery system can we expect in this year. Let's move ahead with my next question. And Karen, here I would like to know regarding visa frauds because most of the time, there's a lot of frauds that happening. So how will the Trump administration address these H-1B visa fraud and abuse concerns in 2025?
So I think I've touched on this already, but under the H-1B modernization rule, the USCIS has expanded site inspection authority. So now inspections may occur at petitioners' work sites, at third-party locations, or even
Mhm.
private residence if remote work is going to be performed there. Non-cooperation during inspections can lead to denial or revocation of petitions. This is particularly significant for staffing companies that face H-1B denials or revocations if anyone in the employment chain fails to cooperate in a site visit or in providing documents that are requested by USCIS in response to a request for evidence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. Okay, so I think that was a really great answer from your end, Karen. And moving ahead, I would also like to know regarding that can we expect some modification regarding the wage requirements for the H-1B visa holders in this year?
I don't believe there'll be any modifications to wage requirements for H-1B visa holders this year.
Okay, I think let's hope for that thing as well. And what about the diplomatic engagements? Because if we specifically talk about India, then we have seen that Narendra Modi have been visiting not only Narendra Modi but during Trump's inauguration time also. We have been seeing different prime ministers also. They have been coming to Trump's inauguration ceremony, praising them and having a very good connection. So, what's your call on that? I mean, do you think that in 2025, Trump's administration is going to have a better international relations with the other countries?
I think he'll have better relations with some countries. I think he's going to have much worse relationships with other countries. In regard to President Modi, I think he has a good relationship with him. So I don't believe that any relations between India and US will impact this year's fiscal cap. I know India is hoping the Trump administration will safeguard legal migration pathways for Indian citizens, including student visas and H-1B visas for skilled workers. Um, I know that there's worry that the US will cut the number of permits for Indians, but I do not believe that that will happen for this H-1B cap or for visas in general. The Trump administration has not come out and stated that it will cut any non-immigrant or immigrant visas in relation to Indian citizens.
That's right. That's absolutely correct. And I think my next question was also about the international relation. But Karen, I would just generally, I would like to know it from you. Like, if Trump is putting any changes or any policies for the H-1B visa workers in any country, maybe in Canada, Mexico, or India, or whatsoever the country is. So, do you think that I would say, the foreign talent recruitment strategy is going to affect the international relations? if there will be any changes regarding the H-1B visa policies?
So I don't believe for this year's H-1B fiscal cap there'll be any influence or any changes. So I don't think international relations, good or bad, will impact this year's H-1B fiscal cap. But we can see next year, I mean, there are countries that President Trump has tenuous or strenuous relationships with, and in the future that may make a change to those countries. But for now, I don't believe there'll be any changes.
Okay, all right. And what can you say about the backlogs? I mean, how might the Trump administration address the backlog of H-1B visa applications in 2025?
There are no H-1B visa backlogs at all for any countries, so we don't expect backlogs for 2025. There may be delays in, but there are no
Hmm.
backlogs, and traditionally there have been no backlogs in the H-1B visa category.
Okay. Let's hope so that there wouldn't be any backlog because most of our viewers are really concerned about the backlogs, and especially in India there are, like, I would say, millions of people who are already in backlog and they are willing for that. But let's see what happens. And as Karen, you are saying a very positive thing, so I hope our viewers are really filled with this. So thank you so much for making us full of positiveness and letting us know about these things. With that, I would also like to know my next question to you, Karen, that could you elaborate on which employers are considered cap exempt and how working for such employers affect the H-1B application process?
I'm sorry, you were back. I couldn't hear your question.
Okay. All right, no worries. I'll repeat again. The question is that could you elaborate on which employers are considered cap exempt and how working for such employers affects the H-1B application process?
Sure, absolutely. So CAP exempt employers include higher education institutions such as university and colleges, non-profit research organizations such as entities engaged in research benefiting the public, and government research organizations such as federal, state, or local government entities conducting research. They also include some non-profit organizations associated with higher education institutions. Those also sometimes qualify as CAP exempt. The difference between CAP exempt and CAP subject petitions is that if you qualify for a CAP exempt petition, you can apply at any time of the year and there's no lottery system.
All right. Okay, and here's another question, Karen, that I would like to know it from you. That what changes can we expect in the employer sponsorship requirement for H-1B visas in 2025?
I think we've addressed most of those changes with the H-1B modernization rule, but I think that the government is going to put closer scrutiny on the bona fides of a job offer and what the actual requirements are of the job. Again, I think that if the beneficiary will be part of the staff at a particular company, if it's a third party kind of situation, the USCIS will look at the third party's job requirements rather than the petitioner's job requirements.
Yeah, I think that's very well said. Okay, so Karen, here's another question from my end that for applicants who may not secure an H-1B visa, what alternative visa options are available for working in the US?
Well, the first option is an F1 student visa, either with day one CPT, which is curricular practical training that will allow them to work. So either an F1 with or without CPT. There's also F1 OPT, optional practical training. There is an E2 non-immigrant investor visa for people, for citizens of certain countries, if you can invest $100,000 into your own business. There is also the EB5 immigrant visa if you can invest 800.1,050,000 into your own business or 800,000 into a regional center. There are also O1 non-immigrant visas for aliens of extraordinary ability, and there is the EB1 green card for aliens of extraordinary ability. So those are some of the other options that are available. But people should definitely have a game plan in place and not wait to be selected or hear that they are not selected in the lottery system.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's correct. All right. So, Karen, I think I have these questions, and with that, I also got one question from our viewer who was an Indian applicant. So, Controller, can you please? Yeah, this is the question that we got on Facebook. So, he's asking that my full family, 4 persons, applied for US B1 B2 in Kuwait. So, can we use this interview waiver from India or Saudi Arabia?
No, you cannot unless you actually have residency in Saudi Arabia or India. I don't believe that you can apply for an interview waiver.
All right. Okay. I hope he got his answer. And I would say that in case if you still have any question or any follow up query that you want to know from Karen, then you can also contact her. And the contact details are on the screen, and that will be the best thing because there are lots of things that's going. So let her know about your problem, and please reach out to her on the given contact detail. That is 214 You can also email her on the email ID that is Karen LP at polakimmigration.com. And you can also visit her website that is www.polakimmigration.com. So, yeah, I think that's all for the first half. And Karen, I think let's take a short break so that after that we can continue with our Facebook questions and also have some more questions for you. So, with your permission, I
Sure.
would just like to take a quick break so that our viewers can also prepare the questions. So, thank you so much, Karen. Till here, we really got a lot of information regarding our today's topic and to our friends also. Stay connected, stay tuned, watch the session till the end. We'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Immigration Talk Show.
Thank
Hello and welcome everyone to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host Sam, and today I have been joined by my, I would say, very special attorney Karen Lee Pollak. And today we have been discussing, and today we are having a very great discussion, a very insightful session on what changes could you expect for the H-1B visas in 2025 under Trump's administration. So we got to know a lot of things regarding our today's topic. What changes can you expect, and how the future will be, or how Trump's administration is going to modify or look towards the H-1B workers. So I think friends really got to know a lot of things in today's webinar, and thanks to Karen because you have really explained everything in a very good way. And Karen, with that, I would also like to ask some questions from the Facebook group as well. So, Control,
Sure.
please let us go through those Facebook questions. Yeah. Okay. So, here's the first question that we got from Hannah. And she's asking that my spouse had H4 interview at Hyderabad consulate and his passport was returned. After 4 days, he received a mail stating his passport or visa is ready to be picked up, and the visa status check website says issued. So, what does that mean? Now he has to submit passport, and visa is really issued. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. It means what it says, that the visa has been issued and granted to him, and he should return with his passport so that they can place the visa in his passport.
All right. So I think let's move ahead with our next viewer. And Hannah, thank you so much for asking this question. In case if you still have any question or follow up, then please go ahead and put up in the group. Okay, so here's a Sanket, and Sanket is asking that, hello, I'm looking for some information regarding the conversion of H4 to F1 visa. I would appreciate any input on this. So, firstly, he's asking, is it better to travel to home country for changing the status, or changing the status in US is feasible? I think let's take this one first. Yeah.
Um, it's feasible to either go home to your home country to change your status to F1 to get an F1 visa, or to change your status in the United States. They have also, USCIS now has premium processing for F1 student visas in the United States. So you can get approval in 15 business days if you pay an additional fee to the government for expedited processing. So it's really a personal choice which go. You sure that you have a valid form I-20 from your school that you can show how you're going to support yourself while in college, who is going to pay for your studies, and that you have ties to your home you will return to. Either options are good options.
That's right. And also, Karen, here's the second part of this question, that how long does it take to convert from H4 to F1 in US?
It could take a couple of months, or it can take 15 business days if you pay the expedited processing fee.
All right, all right, okay. And let's move ahead with next question. So thank you so much. I think you got your answer. In case if you still have any follow up, then please go ahead and let me know. I'll definitely ask that question. Next is Surya. So Surya is asking that, hi, I have my passport expired on September 2024 and renewed new passport in January 2025. There is a gap on passport renewal, but my H-1B visa was renewed in July 2024 and it's good for 2026. I have got my stamp yet for my renewed H-1B. So will this be a problem at immigration when I come back on new stamp on H-1B renewal? Yeah.
It should not be a problem if you have a new H-1B stamp placed in your new passport, if that's what you're asking. I'm not entirely clear about your question, but if you get a new H-1B stamp, you should be fine. And if you still have a copy of your old passport, I would carry both passports just in case.
Yeah. All right. So I think those were some of the questions, and also I would say Surya. Yeah, Surya. Thank you so much, Surya, for your question. And if you still have any follow up, or if you still want to know anything else, then please go ahead and let us know about what you think about today's topic or any concern that you have regarding the H-1B visa. All right. So, Karen, now I would like to know it from you because, most of the people are in favor of the H-1B workers as what Trump's administration are doing and about the Biden's administration as well. So, I would like to know it from you that was Biden administration little lenient towards the H-1B workers or is it Trump's administration?
Sorry, Sam, you were breaking up, so I couldn't hear you.
All right, no worries. I think now you can hear me better.
Yes, now I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I was asking about that we have been seeing how the Trump administration is handling H-1B workers and also Biden administration, how they have been handling the H-1B workers. So, according to you, I would like to know it from your end, from an attorney end, because you all know things better, you all know the clients and everything. So, according to you, what do you think that who is favoring or H-1B workers will favored by which administration, mostly by Trump or by Biden? What do you think about it?
I think it was easier, or I think it was easier under the Biden administration. I think there will be greater scrutiny of applications under the Trump administration. There will be more site visits. There will be more attention to job offers, bona fides of the offer. Now that they've changed the definition, there will be a closer look at applications, the courses of study that the beneficiary did to make sure that it's related to the job. So those are some of the changes. I think they'll be much stricter under the Trump administration.
Right, right. But Karen, as you said that Trump has never said anything about against the H-1B workers, and he is mostly in favor. So why is it that we can see scrutiny under Trump's administration for the H-1B workers? I mean, how can you um, explain these things to us?
I think I'm basing it's just, first of all, it's just my opinion, but I'm basing my opinion on the first Trump administration in the
Okay.
first 4 years where he was in power, where we saw a greater scrutiny of H-1B petitions and more requests for evidence that we saw under the Biden administration.
Absolutely. And there he was, I think during his first term, he was not in favor of the H-1B workers. And most of the time, he has said that he doesn't like them. But now he is in favor. Maybe he got the influence of Elon Musk, his very close friend. That's what we have been seeing right now. So I think that's okay. And Karen, our viewers are really, I would say, curious to know your point of view regarding Trump's administration. So that's why these questions were really important to us. And with that, Karen, I would also like to know regarding, as currently there has been a very hot topic regarding banning the income tax and putting tariffs on. So, what do you think? I mean, do you think Trump's administration has taken a right step to ban the income tax, or do you think that this is not a correct one?
I don't know. It's a very complicated topic. And I think in some cases, we do need to increase tariffs with some countries. And in other cases, I don't think it's a right move. It will just decrease trade and make goods more expensive. So it's a very difficult topic, but not one that's related to immigration per se.
That's absolutely correct. All right. So, Karen, I would like to know another question from you that we have been talking about the H-1B workers, right? Now, I would also like to know regarding the international students that how will the proposed changes or the changes that we can see in this year, how is it going to affect the international students in the US who are trying to or who are hoping to have a transition to the H-1B status?
I think it's going to impact them based on what job offer they've got and how their degree relates to that job requirement. There's going to be more focus on that. So I think that beneficiaries need to be very careful or selective about the jobs that they take to make sure that the job position is related to the courses of study that they took.
Absolutely. But Karen, what do you think? I mean, can you suggest some jobs that will be beneficial for the H1B workers? Any options regarding what jobs will it be?
Well, I think it depends on what their course of study is. If they have just a general business degree with no computer courses and they've got a job offer as a software developer, that's going to be problematic if they haven't
Mhm.
taken any computer courses during the course of their study. So I would say that they would have to have a degree in information technology, computer science, or a related degree, or at least have done some courses in the degree that relate to software development.
Right. But also, Karen, regarding the H1B modernization rule, there has to be a word to word, I would say, worker, right? So, don't you think the H1B modernization rule will make the H1B workers process little difficult or challenging?
I just think there'll be greater scrutiny. I think if you have a well prepared petition, you should be fine, where it outlines how your courses of study relate to the job.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Okay. Also, Karen, I would like to know some questions regarding the spouses and the family immigrants as well, because it's not only the H1B workers, but it's also their family and their children. So, firstly, I would like to know regarding the spouse that are spouses of H1B visa holders, especially the H4 visa, are they likely to face any changes to their work authorization in this year?
Sorry, you were breaking up. I didn't understand the last part of your question. I didn't hear it properly.
All right, no worries. Okay, so I think now I am a bit clear, right? Okay, Karen, can you hear me now?
Now I can, yes.
Okay, okay, all right. So, yeah, Karen, I would like to know it from you that are spouses of H1B visa holders likely to face any changes on their work authorization?
I don't believe so. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I don't think that there will be changes for spouses of H1B workers. Generally, spouses on H4 visas cannot work in the United States
Mm-hmm.
unless the H1B holder has an approved I-140 petition. And I don't expect that to change under the Trump administration.
All right. Okay, so I would like to know it again regarding the proposed or maybe the changes that we could see. So, Karen, how do you see that? How might the proposed changes is going to impact the U.S. economy and its global competitiveness?
Well, I think that the H1B allows some of the best and brightest talent to come to this country. And that's why I think market forces should dictate whether H1Bs, how many H1Bs there should be.
Mhm.
So I think that impacts the United States competitiveness in the global market. And if we can have the best and brightest educated in the United
Yeah.
States, which indirect US taxpayer dollars, it makes no sense that after they have studied here, learned or everything about our education system, that they should not have a job here and they have to go back to their home country. That makes no sense because all we are doing is educating some of the best and brightest and then exporting them overseas. So again, I
Mhm.
believe that market forces should dictate how many H1Bs there are.
I think, yeah, that's very well explained. All right. So thank you so much, Karen, for letting us know about these things. And we do have our viewers' question. But this time, it's a little different because most of our viewers are watching us on Facebook and on LinkedIn as well. And I think so. Let's take up our Facebook questions because their viewers are watching us. So, yeah, Control, I think we got our viewers' question. And this is we got from anonymous member. So here's a question that I have unstamped H1B visa. Can I visit Puerto Rico as it's part of US? Yeah.
Yes, you can visit Puerto Rico because it's part of the United States.
All right. Okay. Can we have the next question, please? Okay, so I think this is the question that we got from Indian applicant, and he is saying, "Admin, please approve the post." Okay, can't we schedule H1B visa interview first time in Chennai? My agent is saying first time H1B interview in person can be scheduled only at Hyderabad. Please let me know. Thanks. I think this is something. What else we can say on this, right,
Can
Karen?
only be scheduled in. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
it's my understanding that it needs to be scheduled in Hyderabad, but I'm not sure. I need to research that for you.
Absolutely. It's a little different question, but that's okay because our viewers are mostly from India, so they have been taking these questions more into their concern or where the interview must happen or where the scheduling part happens. All right, let's move ahead with the next question. And this we got from Priya. So Priya is asking, this is my first time H1B and I traveled to the USA, but no luck. I did not get any job offer. My visa expires by March 2025. I am planning for transfer and extension through different employer. During my extension process, can I come back to India and then go back? Yeah.
You would need to consular process your application, and then go for an interview in India and come back. You can't travel during a transfer unless you consular processing.
Okay. All right. All right. Also, Priya, I think here's a Priya's question that we took. But Okay, let's take the other one. And here's a question that we got from anonymous participant, and it is that I have received email to submit my passport yesterday. However, I am out of country and will take 2 months to go back to India. Meanwhile, can I submit my passport from current location through courier service to India? Yeah.
I guess you could. It's risky, but you can try do it that way. Generally, you should be in the country when a visa is issued to you, so it's risky, but you could try it.
Okay.
My advice to you would be to go home and be in the country when the visa is issued.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, viewer, for answering this question and putting up this in Karen's show. Next, we have from Vasu Rana, and he is asking that did anyone get their H1B stamping done after 20th January 2025? I'm skeptical after knowing about the recalcitrant country ban imposed by the new administration. Anyone tried stamping in other countries apart from India? Yeah, need to know about your experience for both India and other country. Yeah, Karen.
First of all, I don't know of, or I'm unaware of any recalcitrant ban imposed by the new administration. I'm not sure what the view is talking about. As far as I'm aware, there is no ban. We have had success with both with India and other countries in H1B stamping. There hasn't been an issue at all.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Vasu, for your question. And in case if you have any follow-up question or any different question that you would like to know regarding our today's topic, then please go ahead and let us know. Okay, so this is another viewer. Puneet is here, and Puneet is asking that my H1B extension was filed with USCIS on January 27, 2025 in premium processing. We bundled H4 for my spouse and one kid, and H4 EAD petition in premium processing for my wife with my H1B extension petition. So on February 4th, we received approval for H1B extension, but H4 and H4 EAD petition status shows that moved to a different office online on USCIS website. So he's currently very confused, Karen, and he's saying that if they moved H4 and H4 EAD cases to a different office under normal processing, not premium, then he checked with his employer's attorney, but they said that they are not sure at this time since the rule changed after January 18th, 2025. So he thinks that most of us may be aware about this thing. So yeah, Karen.
Typically, premium processing, you're paying for premium processing for the H1. So USCIS is entitled to process the H4 under normal processing. The fact that they've moved it to another office is just because there's probably more staff in that office, and the H4 will be processed under regular processing.
Okay. Thank you, Karen, and thank you, Puneet, for putting up this question. And let's move ahead with the next one. Brittany is here. And hi, Brittany. Thank you so much for joining us. And she's asking, hello, everyone. I got my OPT for 1 year and it expires tomorrow. Is there any way that I can stay without problem in my status couple days more in the US?
Well, I mean, I have to advise you that you should probably leave the country, but because you don't want any overstay on your record. Any overstay is going to cause consequences for you when you apply for a visa. Again, you'll have to disclose that you overstayed the visa, and that may impact successful application.
Mhm.
However, there are bans on applying for visas for 3 or 10 years. If you overstay by 180 days, then you will incur a 3-year ban to applying for any visa. If you overstay by 181 days or longer, you will incur a 10-year ban. So you need to be careful of incurring any bans, but even if you overstay by a few days, that has to be disclosed in your application, and then you may be denied a visa in the future because they'll think you'll overstay that visa. I would leave as soon as possible.
That's right. Okay, Brittany, thank you so much for putting up this question, and I hope you got your answer. In case if you still want to contact attorney Karen Lee Pollak, then please go ahead and we'll share the contact details with you as well. And the contact details are on the screen, and let me read out her phone number. That is 214 and her email ID is karenlp@pollakimmigration.com. And you can also visit her website, that is www.pollakimmigration.com. So, friends, I think you can call her or email her or also visit her website to know more about her so that you can understand what different visa applicants, you guys can ask those questions towards any problem or any complexities that you are having in your immigration journey. So with that, I would also like to know, Karen, that we have almost reached to the end of our episode, and we covered a lot of questions. Those questions that I have also prepared and questions that we also got from our viewers. So, any last message that you would like to share with our viewers? Anything regarding how they can be staying updated, or any message regarding our today's episode?
Well, you can always follow our blog at www.pollakimmigration.com, where we're always posting updates on various current topics. If you are entering the H1B lottery this year, get with your attorney, get with your entering those accounts with USCIS as soon as possible, and to register your account right now. Start getting all your documents together. The lottery begins on March 7th through March the 24th. So it's very important that you get key documents and information to your employer attorney as soon as possible. Good luck. Good luck with
Absolutely.
the lottery this year.
Let's see what happens. Maybe we can't find lottery system this year because Trump is so much, I would say, aggressively. He's putting up those executive orders. So maybe he can remove those different system that
Okay.
he doesn't like at all. We can't say anything, but
I
that's
don't
okay.
think he's
Karen,
got
thank you.
enough time to do that.
Oh, Okay.
Oh, you're very
But
welcome.
mhm.
Thank you for having me.
All right. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Karen, for being here. It was really lovely having you. And as always, it has been really productive and very insightful because we didn't cover only one aspect of today's topic, but everywhere, how international students will be, how international relations will be, the future, how the future will look like, how the past experience also. So we have covered a lot of different subtopics in today's episode, and that was really insightful as always. So thank you so much, Karen. We really enjoyed this session, and we hope to see you soon again.
Okay, take care. Good luck, everyone.
Absolutely. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It was really lovely having a very great conversation with attorney Karen Lee Pollak. And we'll come back again with another very exciting webinar. So put up all your questions and let us know also what topics you would like to cover in our next webinar. And we'll make sure that we are definitely going to talk about those topics because I know most of our viewers are really concerned about how the future will be, or what should you expect, or how you can keep yourself secure and protect yourself, especially your immigration status. So don't worry at all because we are here to make you guys updated regarding the immigration policies and also the global politics around the world. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. I'm Sam signing off for now. Goodbye, everyone, and take care. Thanks for joining.
Bye bye.